All right, Malik, you're having a fantastic camp. What to you is the biggest difference from now to this same time last year?
I'll just say, I guess comfortable. Obviously, I played with Flus already when I was in Indianapolis. Very fond of the scheme, and mixed with that, I'll just say just the confidence of the work that I put in this offseason. You know, I know I put the work in to be able to come out here and compete at the highest level and continuously compete at the highest level. So I'm just confident, you know, coming out there and doing what I'm used to.
What's the biggest thing about having a scrimmage facing another team that gets you pumped up?
It's just, you know, being able to play against somebody new. I mean, obviously, you know, you still get a lot of physicality against your own team, but there's only certain much that you can do without crossing the line. So, you know, to get somebody else in here, a different opponent, you know, different team, to come in and be able to not only work their techniques and their fundamentals, but for us to finally, in a sense, be able to go live before this preseason game, you know, special. It takes a lot. You know, it's what's required to obviously the journey to get to the Super Bowl, and you know that's the first step of it, going out there and seeing how we compete against another team.
It's one of the more feistier camps.
Yeah, it seemed like it, huh? It seemed like it. I mean, that's just guys competing, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we got a lot of hungry guys. You know, obviously we wasn't satisfied with, you know, the results we had last year, so that's just what comes with a lot of guys that's hungry and not all want to win. You know, that's stuff that tends to happen, but you know, the good thing about it is we ain't the type of team that guys are going to take it off the field. You know, it is what it is when it happens out here, and then, you know, right back after, we're back to the great camaraderie and stuff like that with the guys. So that's something, like I said, that's necessary for you to build a winning culture and a winning team. So that's what it takes for us to cross that next step we need, or the next speed bump for us to get to the next level. Then so be it. You know, guys got to be out here fighting every day then.
Mike is out here today, and obviously he has to be trained. But have you thought about life without Michael possibly having
me personally, I try not to get into all that because I know, you know, just the business aspect of it. You know, there's a lot that's required and a lot of talk that goes into that. So I kind of try not to pay no mind to it. But of course, you know, Mike is a special player. You know, we love him. You know, he's a big part of what we're building here, and he's a big part of what we already built here. So it's definitely a big thing to have him out there. But then again, like I said, you know, I can't speak on the business aspect of it.
Are you teaching Flus assistant to the other DBs here at all, just being a kind of a leader, mentor to them?
I mean, I guess you could say that. That's always kind of been my role. You know, obviously the amount of years I spent in the league, just overall, just kind of trying to give the knowledge I can to some of the young guys. And I mean, like I said, thankfully I was able to get back into the system that I was already in, so I was able to pick up on a lot of the stuff that we was already taught in Indy and just bring it over. Obviously the verbiage is a little different, but that was a good thing for me to be able to, you know, kind of start, I guess, helping the guys a little bit to try to get them to understand and, you know, be aware of what we can do in the scheme and stuff like that. But that's always been my role, to kind of just give off the knowledge that I know from the experience I spent in the league.
Does this system have you closer to the ball, closer to the line, involved more in the last couple of years?
I mean, it's kind of like a mixture thing, you know. It's just depends on how, you know, how the coaches use you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's too much of a big difference from any other scheme that I played in, but, you know, obviously you got to be able to fit each player specifically. You know, we've been having different players each year on the starting defense, so you just got to be able to fit it to guys' strengths and their weaknesses, you know, so we ain't have no, obviously, letdown or no inconsistency on any of the clay coverages that we have.
Eberflus's blitz rates have kind of gone up almost seemingly every year the last 6-7 years. Are you expecting Matt Eberflus to be a guy that likes to call blitzes a lot this year?
I mean, I expect him to be diverse. I mean, we got the guys that were capable of blitzing, you know, every down if we need to. Obviously, our pass rushers, you know, where it's always been top of the notch, you know, so we got guys that we're able to do a lot of things this year. So that's what makes us so much special, that not only are we going to be not a one-dimensional defense, but we got guys that, you know, unexpectedly are going to be able to do a lot of special things for us.
What can you guys learn about your defense as you're learning the system, going against another opponent finally, and not against your own teammates?
Just, I mean, for me, honestly, it's just going to teach us what we need to find out about our culture. You know, football is a lot of scheming and stuff like that, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff, too, that it doesn't take scheming or certain plays for you to figure out. So, I mean, tomorrow comes, we're just going to kind of see what the physicality looking like, you know, how hard, how tough we are, and, you know, how long we can play tough and hard, too. So that's where I feel like it's kind of the tone setter. I mean, obviously there's other things you're going to look at, but, you know, with those three things and the key of what you're trying to get done as far as, I mean, especially as a defense, that tells you a lot about your team.
What are you seeing from Mingo out here?
The receiver, Mingo?
Yeah.
He's a special player. He's a big, strong guy. He's capable of going out there and obviously making a lot of contested catches. he's been doing a hell of a job blocking, doing a great job as far as blocking and getting guys to break open on big plays. So, I'm looking forward to see what he can do for us this year. Obviously, just from last year, you could tell that he's not only matured a lot, but I guess he's getting more comfortable in the scheme and what we got going on here. So I'm looking forward to see what he does. So like I said, I believe he's a special player.
Appreciate it, Hook.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.